Welcome back, everybody. Where we left off last time, the Lannisters were still at war with the Greyjoys, the Ironborn. The Ironborn have managed to capture White Harbour, and now we're moving on to Moorkirlan. But on the flip side, the Lannisters were able to take Hartsholme and Red Harbour, and the Tyrells were able to take 10 towers, surprisingly. And as far as wars go, that's about it. Tyrells are moving through Lannister territory in an effort to try and reach the Iron Islands here. It's going to be interesting to see if the Ironborn can play tit for tat. So although they lost Hartsholme and Red Harbour, they gained White Harbour. And White Harbour was a huge city for Tywin. It actually pushed Tywin out of first place into second place. So the Ironborn, although they've lost 3 cities and only picked up 1, and they've done some huge damage. Well, not huge, but they've done some damage to the guy at the top. I think it's only going to be a matter of time before Pike and the Hammerhorn fall as well. In the south, not really much going on since the Dornish have been wiped out. King's Landing still in the hands of the Lannisters. Old Town still friendly with the Reach. Tyrell's moving. It would be interesting if that huge force decided to backstab the Lannisters. But it looks like everything is above board over there. The Dothraki waging war against city-states at the moment. As you can see, Mance Rayder is taking a city right in the centre of Dothraki lands. But if the Horde decides to descend upon them, that's not going to go well for Mance Rayder. And there is pretty much peace on Essos right now. Black Crown being founded. That is sneaky by the Tyrells. Very, very sneaky there. Looks like the Tyrells still on a bit of an expansion trip. And up in the north, the Lannisters are moving in on Lordsport. Looks like the Ironborn have decided to only send a couple of units against Moorkirlan, as they need to send some down to try and defend Great Wick and possibly Lordsport, as the Lannisters do have the forces to take all of these cities away if they play it carefully. Castamere is still safe up in the north there. The Iron Islands lost its capital of Pike. That was very, very quick indeed. Pike fell very quickly. Tywin taking that one away there. There we go. The new capital has moved to Fishing Village. A huge city there, Fishing Village. I'm going to see if the Lannisters can take Lordsport. Moorkirlan not... Oh, there we go. Now it's under fire. The trebuchets have launched their projectiles. I think the Lannisters have kind of just given up on White Harbour and Moorkirlan. They've accepted that they're going to fall, but they're going to do their best to take away the Ironborn's old world cities, ones that they started with. If they can get them away from them, it's going to be a good base of their power gone. See what's happening in the Vale. They are building up forces, and they've founded 2 new cities of Sisterton and Newkeep. And he's in a better position than Stannis is, but not by much. I could see them declaring war on Stannis at some point. It was kind of sandwiched between the Lannisters and the Dothraki at the moment. Nobody really doing anything about this here. Looks like Mance Rayder might actually be at war with the Tyrells, which would be very, very interesting. I hadn't noticed that war. Up in the north, Lordsport. It's getting whittled down, but not as quick as the Lannisters would have liked. I'm not sure if they've... Actually, no, they've got a trebuchet crossbowman that will definitely fall this turn. And fall it does. That leaves Great Wick and Flint Cliffs, along with Fishing Village. Hammerton, or Hammerhorn, sorry, will fall very, very soon, as the Lannisters have decided... Well, not decided, but they managed to get their fleet from the south all the way up north now, and that is just obliterating these cities. They are falling so quickly. I think the defensive rating on the city is 45, but it's getting wrecked. And the Dreadfort, making peace with everybody again. The Dreadfort. God bless them. Mance Rayder sending off cities into the snowy wastes, the lands of always winter, because why not? Moorcairn has fallen to the Ironborn now. But if Great Wick falls, and Winterfell, White Harbour and Moorcairn are going to become cut off. Deepwood Moat is already almost cut off by Mance Rayder. And yes, it looks like Olenna Tyrell is at war with Mance Rayder. His giants are doing good work, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Olenna's got 3 crossbowmen, some long swordsmen and some bannermen over here to the 2 almost dead giants of Mance Rayder. Although giants do have a 30 defensive rating, which is pretty damn strong. You don't really need to look into the heart of the Reach anymore, as their empire is huge now. Only matched by Tywin Lannister. I think in land area, though, the Tyrells could be winning. And there we go. Hammerhorn has fallen, and the fleet is moving on to Flint Cliffs. But it looks like the Tyrells are moving a fleet in as well. It'll be interesting to see if this is going to be a race for Flint Cliffs, as Lordsport falls too. The Ironborn army is now collapsing around Great Wick to try and defend against this Lannister attack. And all of this city sacking still not propelled him back into first place. He is still now in second. I think it's just due to the fact that he lost White Harbour and Moorcairn for gaining Hartsholme, Red Harbour and Lordsport. Oh, but also Pike and Hammerhorn. So Khal Drogo must also be on an expansion trip at the moment. Coho, still a little island in the middle of the Dothraki land. Same as Mance Rayder and Olenna Tyrell. Not really where we need to focus on is up here. North. You can see part of the Lannister fleet moving up towards Fishing Village. I think they're only going to be able to get 3 tiles worth of ships in there. And it'll be a while until they can get any foot soldiers. But it looks like most of the foot soldiers focusing on Great Wick and allowing the ships to go with Flint Cliffs. And to be honest, this could... Ooh, sneak attack on Lordsport to take that back for the Ironborn. And it's going to be a toss-up. I think Flint Cliffs is going to fall to the Tyrells again. Sneaking in there. No, not quite. Not quite. Tyrell's not able to take Flint Cliffs. And that is a huge blow for the Tyrells. If they could have taken Flint Cliffs before the Lannisters were able to get it, that could have been a huge swing in power for them. And look at this, surprise, surprise! The Dreadfort has declared war on Tywin and Olenna. What a surprise. Peter, still not really doing anything with his forces, just moving them around a little bit. To be honest, the only person he could really have eyes for at the moment is Stannis Baratheon. Balon Greyjoy had aspirations, and you can see where that's landed him. Flint Cliffs has now been taken away. Fishing Village is being obliterated. That's going down so quickly. Just unfortunately, I don't think the Lannisters have any foot soldiers able to take the town just yet. And even if they do, And the ironborn just going to take it right back again. Now, I wonder where Mance Rayder's army's gone, because it seems to have just disappeared into the night. Founding 2 more cities up in the snowy wastes there. Ah, there we go. He's put an army in the ocean, which is now heading over to the east. It'll be interesting to see what he can do with that, because it looks like his town is holding out against the Tyrell's Sun House here, but he doesn't have the forces to be able to back it up. Lordsport should go back to the Lannisters any moment now. There we go. And the Ironborn being kicked off the shores. Fishing village is down. Not out just yet. The Lannisters don't have any melee units to be able to take that. They need either a melee ship or a melee troop unit. Winterfell almost back up to its pre-war population. Stannis Baratheon got a settler in the north. Gonna try and found a colony, but again that could just become meat for the meat grinder. Now again, I'm going to wonder what the Lannisters are going to do. Whether this is going to be a war to wipe out the Ironborn, or whether they just want to take a few cities from them. With how much they are pushing, this seems like it might be a war to wipe out, but once they've taken Fishing Village and Great Wick, they're going to have a choice whether to head up the west and take Feast Fires and Silver Hill. Sorry, the west. Did I say the west? Or head up the east and retake Moorkale and White Harbour and take Winterfell as well. And then possibly Deepwood Moat. Still not got a melee unit to take the fishing village. I do now have some bannermen on the shore, but they are very, very beaten up. And they're going to need more than just one almost dead unit. With just 7 HP. To be able to take this fishing village. And it looks like the Tyrells have kind of been cut out of this war. With Balon Greyjoy. She can't get it. She can't get a look in anywhere now. Doesn't have the fleet to move around. Doesn't have the troops in position. Although she does have a lot of troops in Tywin Lannister's land. She's putting a lot of forces around 10 Towers now. If only there were atomic bombs in the Seven Kingdoms. You nuke 10 Towers. Well, I suppose there's Dragonfire. You could wipe out such a huge Tyrell army right now. And look at this. Peter Baelish and Mance Rayder have declared war on Balon Greyjoy. And this is it. This could help Mance Rayder out hugely. If he can take Deepwood Moat, Winterfell and White Harbour, which he could probably do very, very quickly, although it looks like Peter Baelish is in a great position to take White Harbour. This could really help Mance Rayder out. I'm kind of rooting for Mance Rayder after I've realised the Ironborn are a further chopping block now. There we go. Fishing Village finally falls to the Lannisters. Great Wick is very well defended at the moment, though. It's going to take a while for the Lannisters to wear that one down. It's going to be interesting to see what the Tyrells decide to do now. Mance Rayder's army desperately trying to make landfall again now in order to take part in this war. Although even without that army, even with that army at sea, look how many forces. Look how many forces Mance Rayder's been able to muster in a single turn. Deepwood Moat should fall. So it looks like that wasn't a war to wipe them out. Tywin makes peace with Balon Greyjoy and in return takes back Feast Fires and Silver Hill. Originally his towns. Greenfield now up in the north, in the snowy wastes, the lands of always winter. That is interesting. So it looks like the Lannisters are done with their war in the north, although they've already got their eyes set on Mance Rayder. And like I said, if Mance Rayder had declared war 10, 15, 20 turns ago, actually 40 turns ago now, he would have been in a much better position because he would have had Deepwood Moat, Winterfell, not White Harbour or Moat Cailin because they were Lannister at the time, but he would have had Fishing Village, Great Wick, possibly some of these down here, and would have been in a much better position to repel the Lannisters. Mance Rayder has made peace with the Tyrells, just in the nick of time as well, able to hold on to that town. But look at the army for the Dothraki here. I'm wondering where they are going to set sail to. And here we go. Deepwood Moat is under siege now. White Harbour not quite yet. It looks like the houses that are able to just hold on with their fingertips, like the Vale and like Stannis Baratheon, are able to sort of come back a little bit by picking on the guy that's the one that's hated at the time. Because now Balon Greyjoy, who was in a good position, he was in 4th and 5th place for most of the game. It's just he's gone from being in a decent position to being in serious trouble now. Although Quagile under siege from these trebuchets and this crossbowman. Although none of those units are going to be able to actually take the city. As I've said, you need a foot soldier to be able to take a city. You need a melee unit. So White Harbour going to be under siege any moment now. And will Stannis Baratheon take advantage of this? No, it looks like he's fighting a war against the Dothraki. And it looks like he can't quite make landfall, as he's just breaking against the wall of the Horde. Not quite able to make landfall just yet. Is that the Dreadfort making peace? It is indeed. The Dreadfort, well, it won't be at peace for long. 2-3 more turns, he'll be at war again. And there we go. Deepwood Moat falls to the Wildlings. And here we go. There's some Ironborn bannermen moving in. So if Mance Rayder can't take Winterfell quickly, he's going to lose Quagile. Because if he takes Winterfell and Peter Baelish takes White Harbour, that'll be the Ironborn wiped out and out of the game. You see Tywin Lannister has moved into his rightful place, back into position number 1. Winterfell taking a huge amount of damage already. My city river run has become religious, apparently. So I was a little bit disappointed that I had to remove the Tullys from the game, but like I said, I couldn't find any other way to be a spectator than to take a city. Because with it being a loaded scenario, you don't get to play with the advanced settings. Or else I would have been able to get around it some other way. But here we go. Mance Rayder might be able to sneak White Harbour, to be honest. He's got some war elephants and he goes last. So if Peter Baelish will easily be able to take down White Harbour. He's got 2 crossbowmen easily able to fire, and then 3 melee units. Yeah, this one's going to fall to Peter Baelish. But Winterfell, on the other hand, should go to Mance Rayder. Unless Mance Rayder can take White Harbour now. No, not quite. Winterfell proving to be very, very sturdy. He's probably going to lose Quagile. Over in the east, we are too far south. Over in the east, Stannis Baratheon has made a huge tactical miscalculation here and just been destroyed by the Dothraki. So I wonder if the Lannisters are going to take advantage of that, or if the Dothraki are just going to sail across the sea and finally put an end to Stannis Baratheon. Because when the Dothraki go to war, they tend to go to war until the end. And there we go, White Harbour falls. If Mance Rayder can't surround Winterfell, Peter Baelish could sneak in here, and this will be the second time that Winterfell will be stolen away. There we go, Mance Rayder defends Quagile. Not able to take that away. And this turn, Winterfell should fall to the Wildlings. And that will allow Mance Rayder to consolidate his borders And that will wipe out the Ironborn. They were my choice to win the game, but they're just never quite able to get started. If they'd have founded a few more cities in the north here early on, they could have done some good work. But as it was, the AI just couldn't quite get the hang of it. I wonder if Peter Baelish is going to try and sneak this one away from Mance Rayder. He's got the Mountain Knights within striking distance of Winterfell. I wonder if it's going to be enough, and will this be the second time that Winterfell's stolen away from Mance Rayder? That would be a huge upset. If Winterfell gets taken away from Mance Rayder now, he's probably not going to be able to win the game. If he takes Winterfell, he might be able to do it. And there we go. He takes Winterfell. The Ironborn have been wiped out. The 5th Great House to be wiped out so far in this game. And this is it, guys. It's getting into the end game now. Turn 361. We still have the Lannisters, who are in first place. The Dothraki, who are in second place. The Tyrells in third. Mance Rayder in fourth. And we have Peter Baelish in 5th. And Stannis Baratheon in 6th. So, let me know, out of these 6, who you guys think is going to walk away with the victory on this one. And I will catch you guys in the next video.